So I wanted to do another video tonight because today was a rough day for the Bakkt launch, although not really. A lot of people are trying to say that the Bakkt launch on the 23rd of September was a major letdown or a failure, and I think they're saying this mostly because the price dropped a significant percentage during the day. And honestly, it wasn't a huge move for Bitcoin. This is a relatively small move. I think people were just expecting a huge move today because of the backed move, the back news in either direction. I think people were expecting that the price was either going to jump up significantly or it was going to fall very significantly and break out of this tightening range that it's been in. And it wasn't the case. It was in a downward trend all day. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. You can see once it broke down hard, it actually looked like it was going to pump. After that, it looked like it was going to do a fake out, but it stopped at the 200 moving average on the 5 minute, and it just kind of confirmed the downward trend for the day, and just kind of kept going down the rest of the day. And there's really been a lot of negative news around Bakkt today. It doesn't seem like it if you're only following the media with cryptocurrency, because things like Cointelegraph and all the other news sites, they seem to cover it in a pretty positive manner. But the volume, most people were rather disappointed with 71. And when I say 71 was the volume, that is 71 contracts total traded throughout the day on their monthly contracts. Now, the contracts are for a whole Bitcoin. So 71, that's $710,000 that were traded in a single day on a brand new exchange, uh, well, a brand new product, I should say, that has uh, never been done before. That has a much higher barrier to entry than a lot of these other exchanges have. And if you're ever curious, you can look at the Bakkt details. Go to bakkt.com/markets, and this is where I went just to get the quick details on this. But you can see the current price and the volume. And if you click on View Product Spec, it'll tell you all about it. Like the contract size is 1 Bitcoin. Differences in the price. I think those called increments on some exchanges. They're called different things. So different ones. The block trade minimum, 10 lots. So you have to have money to play here. This isn't a retail exchange just yet. Um, Although, from what I've seen, it's supposed to be. Following on Twitter, they're wanting to have more people come in. But like you see things like this constantly, all day on social media. If you're following it, this could get ugly. Today's Bakkt launch was rather disappointing. A grand total of 71 contracts exchanged hands, hardly a propitious start. They've done something that no one has done before, done this completely regulated on an exchange that is very well, uh, they're very far along. They're very well developed, I should say. I was having a little bit of trouble coming up with the words, but they're very well developed. They followed all the regulations and all the rules, and this isn't like BitMEX where you can just sign up, send a portion of a Bitcoin over, and go 100 times long. No, this is legit. They're following rules and regulations, and the other ones just probably aren't. It's that simple. Uh, and I know quite a bit about exchanges. I don't know if you've seen the videos that I've done before in the past. If you're new to the channel, just watching this video, but I've worked with a lot of exchanges with their APIs, and I can tell you that there are a lot of exchanges that use open source software to run their exchange. And let me pull up CoinMarketCap, and you can probably guess which ones use this open source software that runs fake exchanges or at least fake volume. Yeah, you can look by reported volume. If you use the adjusted volume, they have the crappy ones out of there. But who is BKEX? Exchanges like this that come up that you've never heard of. I mean, I've been in the crypto scene for a long time. I come to this page maybe once a month at most, and these exchanges I've some of these I've never heard of, and they're in the top 10 above big ones. BKEX is bigger than Binance. I don't think that's true. So, just to give you some perspective, the volume on this is for all the products that they're claiming. Now, with BitMEX, maybe that's real, but of course they have the power of leverage. But let's see where 710,000 puts you. It's not in the top 100. Okay. So on the very first day, launching 2 products, reporting real, guaranteed real volume, they are a top 164 exchange in crypto. Just 2 products with a high barrier to entry, huge contract sizes. This is, I mean, it's pretty big. They're setting a precedent, is what I would call it, and what most people should call it. They are setting the precedent for Bitcoin to be traded on real exchanges, real volume, real regulations, and real price discovery, as they call it. So just one day in, they are a top 164 just by reported volume. That makes me curious to see where they would be with the adjusted volume. Oh my goodness. That cannot be right. $1 billion in volume? Never heard of them. Alright, let's keep going. Maybe this is just the same list. No, it is slightly different. I just don't think CoinMarketCap has finished pruning all of the fake exchanges. Because here they would have moved about 30 spots just with 2 products on the first day. And granted, they had a lot of marketing behind it, but like I said, barrier to entry was huge. People couldn't get to it. Only certain people could get to it. So, actually, I think it's pretty impressive, mainly because it sets that precedent, and second of all, because it isn't that bad. A lot of these exchanges have been around for a long time. I mean, I've actually heard of BISC, and they're way down here. Some of these are legit, and they do have retail people or anonymous accounts that don't have KYC, and they're ranked below what Bakkt was today on its first day. So I'm not disappointed with Bakkt at all. Regardless of the future of Bakkt, I think the big thing to come away from Bakkt is that it did set that precedent, and it almost doesn't matter what the volume is as long as other exchanges come in. But I think ICE will be fine. They're a pretty big player in this space. I don't think they're going to have any issues in the future. You just got to let it grow. But kind of back to the price, I'll take a look back at this again before I head off. I just wanted to record that today because it was kind of a big day as far as the news is concerned. Oh, there is one more piece of news I wanted to cover before I get too far. Let's see if they deleted the tweet yet or not. Okay, maybe they've deleted it. Let me search this website real quick. Move that back over there so you can see all the indicators. Okay, yeah, here it is. All right, so the report is that Kick is shutting down their messenger app. And this is pretty much entirely in response to the SEC crashing down on their unregulated or unregistered crowd sale that they did for their Kin token. And if you read it, I don't know if they've changed this article because I could have sworn they took it down after I read it the first time and reposted it with some different wording. But essentially, they are considering getting rid of the Kick messaging app completely and reducing their development team to 19 core developers to continue the Kin ecosystem. Now, I don't see those numbers in here, so I do think they've changed it, but that is what I saw earlier. 19 core developers to continue working on the Kin ecosystem, despite the fact that they're thinking that the Kick Messenger app might go away. So, yeah, the original reporting I saw on this, I saw it on my phone. It might still be in the cache. So I'm going to do something kind of funny, and if I can find it, I'm going to show it on the screen, because I can no longer find the actual tweet. Yeah, here we go. I found it. Let me pull up my stream software so I can see. Okay, just a moment. Hey, I'm zoomed in. I just wanted y'all to see this. So that was the headline when they posted it. Kick will be shutting down following an SEC lawsuit, says the CEO. That's definitely very interesting. Okay, yeah, this was the CoinDesk. So I pulled up the wrong one. I pulled up Cointelegraph, so that's probably why information didn't match entirely. But I think they might have gotten it mixed up anyway, because Cointelegraph is just saying they're considering shutting it down, whereas the CoinDesk one made the headline to where it was they were like essentially guaranteed to shut it down. But yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff from Kick. I thought they were going to continue fighting it, but maybe not. Let's see. Kick's lawyers stated that the SEC took quotes out of context, twisted facts to support their allegations, and misrepresented the facts because they have no strong evidence to support their claims. So that's just lawyer talk for, what we did, we thought we did the correct way, even though it might not have been. In the meanwhile, Kick launched a $5 million crypto initiative to fund its lawsuit against the SEC. This is kind of what I have an issue with, is them funding for a lawsuit when they raised $100 million in a token offering. And granted, they probably had reserves set aside, but I mean, you're a corporation and you're doing something like this, it's a huge risk. You need to have a legal fund set up to where you can approach something like this. I mean, I don't see who is paying for this other than previous investors who don't want to lose their original investment. Like, why would anyone want to come in and pay them money to fight this? I mean, unless you're really a huge advocate for crypto and you got a ton of money laying around. But you're not going to make money off of this. You had to have been invested in this earlier. There's plenty of other projects out there that are fighting the SEC. Why would you pay this one? Just because it's a big name? Maybe. I don't know. I would never help them raise funds to fight this lawsuit, considering they already raised so much. Uh, it seems really messed up that they could have all that money and still need that one. Oh well. All right, so yeah, that is all the news. I forgot about these other things, but the new daily started, and it looks like it's off to a good start so far. If it can hold on the 5 minutes above this 50 moving average, then I think we're going to do pretty good for the day, hopefully, because on the daily chart, we are still within that range. As I said, you can see it's still kind of going up slowly. It's been touching the bottom or coming close to it quite a bit, so it very well could break out. And as I said the other day, if it does break out, I think it's probably going down to the 200-day average, which is around 8,003 to 400, something like that. But I don't know. Just the longer it stays down here, and with it being as red as it has the last several days, it's gotten some of the indicators pretty low, like the stochastic RSI. but the MACD has turned pretty strong red now, and it's kind of building momentum. So things have got to slow down and stop losing. Uh, Otherwise, that bottom's probably going to break and it's going to go down. But that's okay. It's just another dip opportunity for myself. But as always, it's not financial advice for all of you all. So I'm going to hop off of here. I appreciate everyone for watching the video. Let me know what you think about what's going on here with Bakkt and with Kick. Um, I'm probably going to do these videos a little bit more often. They're pretty easy to do. I usually get a few minutes at night where I can do this, so I'm thinking we're going to try and do this a little more often than weekly, but save the big trading stuff for the weekly, and maybe just talk about the daily news whenever I get a chance like this, especially on a big day like this when we're talking about Bakkt. But definitely leave a like, subscribe, do whatever. Check out my TradingView profile, please, because if you are new to this channel, then you probably have no idea what's going on here. But I just started this new TradingView account not too long ago, and I'm starting a scripting tutorial series here on YouTube. And I've already got 5 tutorial scripts published, and I have already recorded 2 videos. The second one hasn't yet published as of this recording, but soon we will have many videos in this series on how to create your own scripts in TradingView and make some really powerful indicators for yourself. But thanks everyone. Have a good night, and I'll be back soon. Thanks.